Hello everybody and welcome back to more Sonic Adventure. We only have one more thing to do before we can get all the emblems, and that's in the Chao Garden. So we have to pick any character and head into the adventure mode to enter the Chao Garden. I'll show you all the locations of how to get there. So I briefly showed off the Chao Garden at the beginning of this series, unless I cut that out. I don't remember if I did or not. But you go into this elevator and you'll be taken to the Station Square Garden. I believe when I showed it off the first video, I had a Chao in there, but since then I have resetted the Chao Garden so that we can start off fresh. So right now there's nothing here. There should be some eggs. Okay, here's an egg. Yeah, there's 2 eggs. You get 2 Chaos to start with. Oh, are all of them already unlocked? Alright, so these teleporters take you to the other gardens, but I'm going to show you the other methods of getting into them without having to use the teleporters there. There's a Chao Garden for each adventure field, so you got one in Station Square, you got one in Mystic Ruins, and you got one in the Egg Carrier. There are ways to enter each of them as each character. So every character can go in and take care of some Chaos if they wanted to. Even Gamma. Even though he's like 10 times the size of one of them, it's so hard to see anything when you're in the Chao Garden as him. So in Mystic Ruins, it's in the same area where we got the digging gloves as Knuckles. There's this little cart right here. I'll take you straight to the Chao Garden. Alright, and here we are in the Mystic Ruins Chao Garden. I believe there should also be 2 eggs in here waiting for you. Let's see. Oh, yep, there they are. Each garden will have 2 eggs for you to take care of. Oh god, I cannot see. Alright, awesome. Yeah, 2 little babies. We'll be taking care of quite a number of Chaos. Not every egg we have access to, because that would take a while. Oh, I'm gonna start this by prefacing this real quick. If you're watching this video as a guide for how to take care of your Chaos, this would only work on the Dreamcast version, because the Dreamcast Chao Garden works slightly different than the DX Chao Garden. So if you're watching this for that, it's not going to help you because some different mechanics. If you are playing this for the Dreamcast version, then by all means use this as a guide, but I mean, there's not too much to go over about how to raise Chao. Just don't attack it. Don't be a bully. Take care, feed it. Chaos get hungry. Alright, and if you want to get to the Chao Garden from the Egg Carrier, there's this little thing here, and all you had to do is spell out Eggman. Eggman. There we go. And this is how you get in the Chao Garden. This one should also have 2 eggs for you. And here we are, the Egg Carrier Chao Garden. Oh, I almost fell through the ground there. That was weird. So yeah, this garden is kind of weird because it's mostly just water. I don't even see the other egg. Wait. Oh, the other egg's right here. By the portals. Okay. They might be in different locations for you, but yeah. At the beginning, you will have 6 Chaos to look after. They all are normal 2-tone Chaos. But there are some other additional Chaos we can find throughout the adventure field. So before we actually start taking care of these Chaos, I'm going to show you guys those additional Chao eggs you can go out and find in the adventure fields, because there's only one of those special Chaos per save file. So if you want to go out and get some special one-of-a-kind Chaos for your save file, you can come and do this. Alright, so to get this first special Chao egg, you're going to want to head over here in Station Square into the second part. And you want to head into this building. This is the building that you enter when you get the Lightspeed shoes. And over here is the golden Chao egg. You can try to pick it up and leave, but oh no! They don't want you robbing it. It's their precious, valuable egg. You don't want to. I was trying to make a comment there, but it just fell through. So there is a stone right here, kind of egg-shaped. It's not an egg. It's just a big old stone. What you want to do is take it in here, place it somewhere, grab the egg, and place the stone in place of the egg. And now you're free to take this golden egg back to the Chao Garden and hatch your golden Chao. Alright, and there we go. We've got the gold Chao here. We will for sure hatch it soon, but first, let's go take care of the other special Chaos. Alright, so for this next special Chao, after you leave the Garden, you're just going to want to head to where you fought Chaos 4. And there's going to be this little thing sticking out of the wall here. Just go ahead and push it in. And your silver Chao egg will come out of the waterfall, and you just got to wait for it to reach the edge. Come on, buddy, I want to take you home. Come on now. I ain't got time for this. I got stuff to do, stuff to think, stuff to do, stuff to think, stuff to give me that. I'm going. All right, and here we are. We have our silver egg with our 2 normal Chaos. Very nice. We got 1 more special egg to grab. Sorry, I didn't mean to pick up that Chao. And it's in the egg carrier. Now, unfortunately, Sonic cannot enter the area where the egg is. The only characters that can enter it is Amy, Big, and Gamma. So you're going to want to change to one of those characters to grab this egg. And where you want to go is in the jail area where Amy was held captive, where you got the lore power-up from Big. You're going to want to head in there. So yeah, this is why you have to be Amy, Big, or Gamma, because they're the only characters that can enter this room. So yeah, now that you're in here, your egg will be there. So just go ahead and press the button and pick it up. This particular Chao egg is a 2-toned black Chao egg. So it is a very unique Chao, because there's not that many opportunities where you can get a 2-toned any other color of Chao. So this one is really special. Alright, and there we go. We have all of our special Chao eggs. I'm going to go ahead and rearrange the Chaos in the gardens. So the ones we're going to be mainly taking care of are the ones that are going to be in the Station Square Garden. Alright, so here we are. These are the Chaos I'm going to be taking care of for this series. We got the 2 normal Chao eggs that start off in the garden, and the 3 special Chaos. Now, begin with, we have to hatch these eggs in order to take care of the Chao. Also, this pickup mechanic is really finicky in this game. Anyway, yeah, we have to hatch these eggs in order to take care of these Chaos. So there are 3 methods of doing that. Method 1, sitting here and waiting for it to happen. That's boring. So what you can do instead is pick up, let's not pick up that one, we'll wait for that. Nope, 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 I'm trying to pick the, no, nope, you see, this is weird. Anyway, here we go. So the other method of hatching your Chao egg is to pick it up, hold the button, and then hold up. You will cuddle your Chao by doing this. And after a while doing that, you can place it down, and it should begin to hatch. Oh, there we go. And there we go. We have our first little baby Chao here. We can't see their name or their stats. That's exclusive to like the more oh god, those are exclusive to the more modern versions of the Chao Garden. So unfortunately, we won't be able to name it or see its stats until we take it into the VMU, which I will show off in a later video. But there we go. We have our first Chao. Let's go ahead and show off the 3rd and final method of hatching your Chao egg. If I can pick up the other 2-tone normal Chao. Come on now, I'm not trying to pick up the silver egg, I'm trying to pick up this thing. There we go. So the other method is to just throw it against the wall. And there we go, we have our Chao. So we have 2-toned normal Chaos right here, and then we have our special Chao. So let's go ahead and hatch them. Alright, here comes the gold one. Pop, there he is, all gold and such. Look at him, what a cutie. Here comes our silver Chao egg. Boom. Ooh, okay. So the gold one actually does have a unique smile. He's got an angry face. You can barely see it because of the screen, but yeah, he does have one. And the silver Chao egg seems to have tired eyes. Very interesting. And now for our final Chao of the day, our 2-toned black Chao. Boop. There he is. What a beaut. Alright, so we got 5 Chaos here to take care of, and the first step is to actually start feeding them. So you got 5 trees here, and they each will drop 2 fruits that you can pick up and feed for your Chao. They eat it really fast in this game. God damn, I didn't even realize how fast they eat it. Yeah, damn, they eat it real fast in this version. Jeez. So yeah, go ahead and knock some fruit down. I believe they're coconuts, I don't know. Just knock some down, feed it to your Chao. And make sure you do this regularly because the Chaos do get hungry. And I do believe the stats in this game are weird. They're not like the modern Chao garden you're familiar with. Also, as you notice, a lot of the Chaos seem to do their own thing. The silver one's already taking a nap. These two are showing off hearts for some reason. What's the gold one doing? No, he's just vibing. So you might be wondering, aside from feeding them food, what else can we do? Well, we can go into levels and find small animals to take into the Chao garden, and they will embrace the animal and inherit some traits for that animal. So we're going to go ahead and head into a level and start collecting some animals real quick. So of course the easiest level to go to right outside of the garden is Emerald Coast. So I'm going to show you guys some of the animals you can collect in this game. So in order to collect small animals, you have to defeat enemies. And the green little orbs that come out of them are small animals. They're always randomized, but you always get a set of 4 or 5 animals depending on the level. So for example, since we're in Emerald Coast, we're only going to be seeing otters, bunnies, penguins, seals, and koalas. Those are the only animals we're going to get in Emerald Coast. And honestly, that's already like pretty much half of the animals we have to really worry about. I'll explain in more detail in a little bit, but for now, let's just go ahead, go through the level normally while collecting some animals. There, we got our first koala. Also, don't worry about dying with the animals. You will still have the animals ready for the Chao garden, regardless if you die or not. The only thing you have to worry about is the amount of animals you're able to carry, because you're only allowed to carry 10 animals at a time. Once you collect an 11th animal, it will get rid of the first one you collected, and so forth and so on. So you kind of have to strategize when it comes to going in here, getting some animals, and what you want to grab. For this particular Dreamcast version, I don't think it will be too much strategizing, since again, the stats were completely different than what everyone is familiar with. Which I will explain in more detail in a little bit. So when you finish a level, there will be a capsule, and that capsule will also drop more animals that you may or may not collect. Alright, so now that we have those animals, we can head straight into the Chao garden, and we will just pop them out of ourselves and give them to Chao. Alright, and here we go. The animals start flying out of us, and now we can start using them for our little Chaos here. So to begin with, each animal will give out different stat boosts depending on what kind of animal it is. For example, the seal will give it a lot of swim, penguins also a lot of swim, otter, they're the swimming animals. But this bunny, for example, will give out a running stat boost. Oh, that Chao's already in the water. Why are you in the water, buddy? You can't swim yet. And the koala is a blue animal, which means it will always give a random stat out to the Chao you give it to. Now you can just go ahead and give the animals to your Chao like so. Just hand it to him. And poof, they have gained a stat boost from that seal. Sometimes when you give an animal to a Chao, they will actually inherit a body part of that animal. So that Chao just took the tail of that seal. Very cute. Now he's just sitting there like a good boy. Alright, so I'm going to be taking care of these... Oh my fucking god. Okay, so be very careful when you're in the Chao garden, because your attacks will hurt the Chao, and the Chao will not be appreciative of that. So be very, very careful what buttons you press in the Chao garden, because it could very well affect the way the Chao... Alright, he slide. Now for the final 5 emblems in this game, they do involve the Chao, and they involve the racetrack with the Chao. So in order to do that, obviously we have to raise these Chao so they're actually proficient in something. So I'm going to be raising these Chao so that this little bud, whatever we end up naming him, will be proficient in swimming. And why not, we will give the running animals to the gold Chao here. Obviously named Goldie for the time being, since we can't, like, really name them, per se. And just for the sake of showing it off, the other two-tone Chao will be a neutral Chao. Now, in order to get a neutral Chao, it's actually a lot more harder than it sounds, because you have to give them an even distribution of each type of animal. Meaning we can't just gorge him with a bunch of swimming, then give him like 1 fly, 1 run, and 1 power Chao, because then that will just not make him a neutral Chao, that'll just make him a swimming Chao. So yeah, if we want to get that neutral Chao, we gotta make sure we're raising it in a particular manner. Some would say that is the hardest Chao to get. I already forget what Chao I fed. Oh well. It's kind of hard because they eat it so fast. I can't really keep track of who I'm feeding and who I'm not. Is that an unused penguin? Hey, let's go. We got another penguin to feed. Now, another thing that the chows will inherit from the animals are tricks. Some animals will teach certain tricks to your chow. I don't know the full list because it's different on Dreamcast. If you guys want a full description on that, there's this website called Chao Island. I'll leave the link in the description, and they have a plethora of information you can use to raise your chow. It's basically like a giant Wikipedia page on raising chow. It's very useful, and I have been using it very frequently just to take care of these chows efficiently. Oh, look at that! This one learned how to play the trumpet! Very cute! We're gonna name you Trumpet Boy. Very nice. Now, before I get ahead of myself, let me go ahead and show off some other animals. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead and head into Twinkle Park, since this is one of the easiest ways to get power chows as Sonic, since Twinkle Park has elephants in him. But I think elephant is probably the more rare animal to find, so hopefully we find at least one. Hey, cool, we found one, and we found a deer! Now, this might go without saying, but it's pretty obvious that the majority of the replay value of this game comes from the Chao Garden. You're going to be spending a lot of your time in the Chao Garden, and if it's your style of like wanting to take care of a virtual pet, then yeah, you will be wanting to go back there often, try out different combinations of animals, try to evolve different types of Chao, and even, I'll show it off later on, but even we can start breeding Chao. Now, the breeding method in the original Dreamcast version is slightly different from what I know, since there's no black market. For those of you familiar with Sonic Adventure DX, there's no black market in the original Dreamcast version. So we kind of have to do it in a different method. I don't know why I'm trying to speedrun. I'm trying to collect animals. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but an easy way to tell what type of animals you got is looking at the colored background behind their icon. Green animals mean they're running, blue means they're random, red means they're power, purple means they're flying, and yellow means they're swimming. If I don't forget, hopefully I'll throw some images up so it's not just the game example you're looking at. What I typically do is, as Sonic, I go to Emerald Coast to get swimming animals, go to Twinkle Park to get running animals, but if you want a plethora of power animals, you'd have to go to Red Mountain, because Red Mountain is pretty much the only place to go to get a good amount of power animals. Go ahead and raise you up, give you a bunch of animals. You deserve these, boys. Since we have some, I might as well give at least one running animal to Trumpet Boy. Where is Trumpet Boy? You see Trumpet Boy? Is that Trumpet Boy? No. No, that's Swimming Boy. Where's Trumpet? This is Trumpet Boy then. Here you go, Trumpet Boy. You get one running, and do we have one elephant? If we only have one elephant, I won't give it to him. I will give... who do we want our Power Chow to be? I guess our Power Chow can be the Silver Chow, wherever he went. There he is. You can have that. No, he didn't inherit anything, but he got the power, so that's good. Oh, look at him. He's punching! What a good boy. Let's go ahead and give the rest of these running animals to the Chao. I might have briefly mentioned it, but the end game to giving them all these animals is that eventually, given time, they will evolve into adults, and that will drastically change the way they appear, depending on what type of Chao they evolve into. Now, time progresses slightly different in Dreamcast version than it does in DX version. In the Dreamcast version, a year in the Chao Garden is actually 1 hour, versus the other versions where it's actually 3 hours. And that's within the Chao Garden. That's not like progressive time. Like if an hour passed outside of the garden, that's not an hour passed in the garden. You have to be in the garden for time to progress. So that means if we want to see these Chaos become adults, we do have to sit here for maybe an hour or so. Maybe not that long, since, you know, we've already spent a good amount of time in here just chilling with them. So maybe some of them are already getting close to becoming an adult. Who knows? Did he just jump? Goldie, did you just jump? What was that? I don't remember what Casinopolis has as, like, the majority of their animal types. I don't tend to go there often as Sonic, so I just ignore it. We could briefly go in there and see, but that would actually mean having to play that level. I think you can also collect some animals and then just exit. I think that also counts. You don't actually have to complete the level. You can just go in, collect some animals, and then leave. But don't take my word for that. I will test it out right now, actually. So we'll grab 2 animals right here, which are flying. Good. That's a Swallow. Swallow's the best for flying. I might be wrong on that. It has been a while since I've looked at this stat gauge. Oh, cool. Look at that. You don't even have to finish the level. You just go in, grab some animals, and then leave. So with this flying animal, we're going to give it to our black Chao. So he'll become a flying Chao. Oh my god, I did it again. I need to stop doing that. It is a very bad idea to attack your Chaos like I am doing. It is not okay. Don't do it. Make sure you give your Chaos a lot of love if you accidentally hit them, because they will be affected horribly by you physically abusing them. So just be careful on that. Alright, so since we know that we can just leave levels without having to beat it, might as well go in Casinopolis, see what the majority of the animals they have, to see if I actually have to go to Mystic Ruins to get a lot of power animals. Alright, so let's see what they got. We got a, what is that, a parrot? Alright, so a flying flying animal so far, koala. Oh, I guess I haven't explained this. The blue animal actually depends on which adventure field you're in. So if you want to get a koala, you go to Station Square. If you want to get a mole, you go to Mystic Ruins. If you want to get a skunk, you go to Egg Carrier. Alright, so we got some more flying animals. Let's go ahead and give a lot of them to our friend here. Make sure he at least has each of the traits of each of the flying animals. There's only 3 different types of animals for each of the major stats, so you don't have to worry about too much about looking for other things. I really need to stop. Where's Trumpet Boy? Are you Trumpet Boy? No, you're Swimming Boy. Where's Trumpet Boy? There's Trumpet Boy. Here, you can have a flying animal. Nothing more, nothing less. Remember, we're doing that just so he is prepared to evolve into a neutral Chao. I do think that maybe we should be giving him even more, but that would require actually giving him a shit ton of animals, and I honestly don't know how I feel about that method. The way they walk is silly. Look at that. Look at him walking. What a silly boy. Aw, he's tired. He's ready to take a nap. Oh, did you just jump? I always miss your jumping. You're also tired. Everyone's always tired. That's another thing about Chao sleeping. If you do catch your Chao sleeping, just let them sleep. Don't wake them up. They need their full rest. They do get irritated if you wake them up often. So if you do see them, goddamn. If you do see them sleeping, just let them sleep. There's no rush to wake them up. If they're not awake, you don't have to worry about it. Just let them sleep. I think Chao's taking a lot of naps is actually a sign of them getting close to evolution. So if you do notice that your Chaos are sleeping a lot, that might be a sign. It could also just be their personality, because Chaos have very different personalities all across the board. And one of them, oh wow, he jumped with me. I hope I didn't accidentally hurt him by doing that. I think you can hurt your Chaos by jumping, so again, just be very careful what you're doing here. You don't want to accidentally hurt your Chao. Oh, Silver Boy's taking a nap. That's good. Did we give him anything? What were we raising him? We're raising him as a power Chao. That's right. We need to go get some power animals. Actually, let's not leave through the Station Square. Let's just go to Mystic Ruins and try our best with Mystic Red Mountain, I mean.